Hi, welcome to a special edition of Thai Road Trip by Delivering Asia Communications and C9 Hotel Works. I'm David Johnson, the CEO of DAC, and I'm your host today. And I'm delighted to be with Khun Bhummikitti. Khun Bhummikitti is the Phuket Tourist Association President.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being with us today. And we're here today because we're going to be talking about Phuket Sandbox and where we are with everything. And I'm going to start with the $1,000,000 question. I hope you don't mind. I mean, is it going to happen? Is July 1 going to happen?
As we speak of today, nothing changes. I've been confirming from Deputy Prime Minister, the Governor of TAT, together with the Governor of Phuket Province, that the plan is still on. So July the 1st, it's the marking date for Phuket Tourism Sandbox that we're going to open to receive the international traveler who actually been vaccinated to be in Phuket without quarantines.
Right.
That's still on.
That's still on. That's great. And there needs to be a certain number of vaccinations done on the island before it can be confirmed. Is that correct?
If you look at the Phuket Tourism Sandbox models, there's not only vaccinations ratios that's the key. There are three keys, in fact, included in the task force for driving up Phuket for the sandbox. Of course, number one would be vaccinations. We need to get sort of herd immunities by having at least 70% of the populations to be vaccinated, and we are doing such a great job so far for the winter.
So we're on track for that at the moment.
We are very on track on that. And just to a small note to the expat, that we are going to very close to give to the expat who have a proper document like working permits, and later on we would give to all the foreigners who have a proper document like all type of visa who legally stay in Phuket.
Excellent, they'll be pleased to hear that.
But the first batch will be on only for working permits to actually working in Phuket first.
Right.
Okay. And when we get herd immunities, hopefully by end of June, we will have at least 72% of the population get at least one dose.
Right.
Because you may heard that AstraZeneca, even one dose, still have efficacy to cover up. And AstraZeneca, there's about 12 to 16 weeks from the first or the second dose. So the first dose should be considered okay for open up for the international travel.
Assuming that everything's going to be on track, July 1 is going to be the opening date for international travellers. I think that'll be a very exciting eventuality because it'll be a sign that the industry is getting back on track. But what would you advise for the industry to do? You know, what should hotels be doing? What should attractions be doing? What should the industry as a whole be doing to get ready? Because it's quite close.
Before I answer these questions, I have to let you all understand circumstances. It's not only Thailand to be considered. We have to consider different countries, different markets, and the conditions of them returning home.
Right.
For example, in UK, if you come to Thailand, yes, vaccinated traveler will not be required for quarantine, but once you go back to UK government require you to quarantine.
Right.
Those sort of factors actually we've been analyzing, and then we work closely with TAT and together with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to try to negotiate and try to set the right settings for our target. But let's assume things going very well. I think the first three keys that hoteliers, restaurant, tourist industry should be prepared. The first one, you need to prepare your infrastructure.
Right.
You want to open to welcome international traveler to come and impress. You know, people said you don't have second chance to have a first impression.
Right.
So basically, you have to let them impress on your infrastructure.
Right.
The second would be the staff. You know, sometimes some restaurants, some hotel being closed for a while. Then you call staff back. You need to retrain them and to make sure. And the last one, which is important. Our association, together with TAT, will issue what we call SHA Plus. SHA is a guideline by TAT. It stands for Sanitation, Safety and Health Administrative Guideline. We put the plus on because of vaccination. We would guide to our international traveler to book the hotel in Phuket to use the service only with SHA Plus. business, because we want to make sure that they come, not only they have such a great time, but they also being safe, not having sort of bad experience or got infection somehow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So SSA Plus is the key for Phuket Tourism Sandbox, and we're working on it, and we closely to announce in public very soon.
Excellent. Let me just take you back to something you said a moment ago about the markets, because the markets can come in, international markets can come in, presuming they've been vaccinated, but it's going back that's sometimes the issue, because if they're going to be going back to a 14, 21-day quarantine, it's going to be unlikely that they'll want to come.
True.
But in terms of so the markets in Europe seem to be vaccinated the most quickly and the most efficiently. That's the assumption. Do you think that it's the European markets, the German market, the French market, the UK market, the Scandinavian market? Are these going to be some of the early, the original markets actually for Phuket in many ways 30 years ago? Are these going to be some of the key markets that are going to be supporting Phuket Sandbox? Definitely.
Definitely. Europeans become like our big fans for a long time. So it's easy for them to just get back and understand the setting in Thailand. The only concern to us is, in Thailand as a country need to control a little bit more pandemics. The numbers of new infections should be controlled. While we are having witness sort of new variants coming on, such challenging for all of us to just control on that part. But yes, European is a big market, and it's a big fan club for us. And we witnessed a strong demand on the booking as Q4, October onward. That Scandinavians coming very strong, German coming very strong, UK coming also very strong. TGA announced the flight direct from Frankfurt, Paris, London, and Copenhagen already.
In Q4?
To Phuket. Right. No, in Q3, sorry.
In Q3, there we are.
So we would make it happen for July the 1st as the opening day. Of course, we not expect a lot of numbers on July and August, but it's a good start for us that if we can start on July, Q4 will be like plenty of people.
It's wonderful. It's really good to hear your the information, the update from you. Khun Bhummikitti, thank you so much for joining us today, the President of Phuket Tourist Association. Thank you so much. Sawadee krap.